Okay, just waiting for Commissioner Albana. Ms. Medina, she didn't say she wasn't going to be here, right? Or
let me give her a jingle.
okay.
We have one new planning commissioner too, Zaya Mosin, but I don't believe she was available tonight.
Correct. Yeah,
And-
I saw the note from Ms. Medina.
Okay.
Let me mute myself. Let me resend her the link.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's see. Forward to. Okay. Oh.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and if she joins, and I'm going to go ahead and call the meeting to order. It's 7:01 now. Thank you, everybody. Welcome to the City of Milpitas Planning Commission meeting for March 9th, 2022. For those interested in making public comments, verbal public comments may be provided live during the Planning Commission meeting. You can go to the agenda and register for the link there, public comments there. All right, next item on the agenda is Pledge of Allegiance. Commissioner Galong.
Yes. Please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic
for
for
which
which
it
stands
stands,
one nation
under God,
under God, indivisible,
with
and
liberty
with
and
liberty
justice
and
for all.
justice for all.
Okay, thank you. All right. Next item, roll call. Ms. Medina.
Yes, good evening, everyone. As Ned mentioned, we do have our last seat filled for Planning Commissioner, Commissioner Mosin. She was sworn in at the end of February at City Hall. She had prearranged travel plans, so she will not be with us for the month of March. However, she will be joining us at the dais at City Hall in the chambers come April. So Miss Zaya Mosin will be absent this evening, and I'll call roll. Commissioner Albana, I believe she's going to be tardy because she needed the link. So we'll move on to Commissioner Awasti.
Here.
Chair Chuan.
Present.
Vice Chair Ciardella.
Present.
Commissioner Galong.
I'm here.
Commissioner Medina Ashby.
I think she's
Present.
And that's it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ms. Medina. Next item is conflict of interest declaration. City Attorney.
Thank you, Chair. Ask whether any of the commissioners have a financial or personal conflict of interest on any of the items before you tonight. I'll start with Commissioner Medina Ashby,
No.
Commissioner Awasti,
None.
Commissioner Galang,
No.
and Commissioner Albana is not here yet, so perhaps we could just ask her to confirm that when the item comes up.
She's just she's joining in now.
Okay, let's wait then.
Sorry. I had a hard time connecting. Thank you.
Hi, Commissioner Albana. Just
Good evening, everybody.
We're at the
Good evening.
we're at the conflict of interest declaration. If you could just state whether or not you have a financial or personal conflict of interest on any of the items on the agenda tonight.
Thank you, Attorney. No, I don't.
Thank you. Vice Chair Ciardella
None.
and Chair Chuan.
None.
let the record reflect none to that question.
Thank you, City Attorney. And Ms. Medina, as you can note, Commissioner Albana is now present. So,
Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
okay. Let's see. Next item on the agenda is approval of the agenda. Does anyone have any comments regarding the agenda? I actually have a comment I wanted to point out. So similar to in our last meeting in early February, we have our public hearing item coming before the new business item. I believe the new business item should actually come first. So that new business item is to, motion to reconfirm the findings and determinations under resolution number 21-023 and Assembly Bill 361 for the continuation of virtual meetings. So that's my comment and request for amendment to the agenda. So does anybody else have any other comments? If there's no comments, can I get a motion for approval for the agenda with the amendments?
Move to approve the agenda with the amendments.
Okay, I
Second.
have motion from Commissioner Galong and a second from Vice Chair Ciardella. We'll now go down the line for roll call vote, starting with Commissioner Galong.
Aye.
Commissioner Medina Ashby.
Aye.
Commissioner Awasti.
Aye.
Commissioner Albana.
Aye.
Vice Chair Ciardella.
Aye.
And Chair Chuan is aye. So you have 6-0 with one absent. Okay, next item is approval of the minutes. So does anybody have, we'll do each of them one at a time. Does anyone have any comments for the meeting minutes of January 26th? If there's no comments, can I get a motion to approve the minutes for January 26, 2022?
I make a motion to approve the minutes for January 2022.
I second that.
Okay, I got a motion from Commissioner Medina Ashby and a second from Commissioner Awasti. Roll call vote. Starting with Commissioner Galong.
Aye.
Commissioner Medina Ashby.
Aye.
Commissioner Awasti.
Aye.
Commissioner Albana.
Aye.
Vice Chair Ciardella.
Aye.
Chair Chuan is aye. 6-0 or one absent. Actually, she would have to abstain anyway. So next is meeting minutes for February 9th. Does anyone have any comments or amendments or anything like that? If there are none, can I get a motion to approve the meeting minutes for February 9th?
I move for to approve the minutes of February 9th.
Okay, got a motion for approval from Commissioner Albana. Can I get a second?
Second the motion.
Okay, got a second from Commissioner Medina Ashby. Roll call vote. Commissioner Galong.
I think I'll abstain, Chair, because I was not here on the February 9th.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Medina Ashby.
Aye.
Commissioner Wasti.
Aye.
Commissioner Albana.
Aye.
Vice Chair Ciardella.
Aye.
And Chair Chuan is aye. So we have a vote, 5 yes votes and 2 abstentions. Okay, next item on the agenda is announcements. I'll start with the planning commissioners. Any announcements from any of the planning commissioners?
Chair, I won't be here on March 23. I will be out of the country.
Okay, thank you for the heads up, Commissioner Galong.
Thank
Any
you.
other announcements?
Chair, I wanted to thank the city for sponsoring. I'll be attending the class next week, March 16, 17, and 18 for the Planning Commissioners Academy. So thank you to the city and to Planning Director, for encouraging me to attend it, to learn more for the city. Thank you.
That's great. That's great. All right. All right. Any other announcements from any of the planning commissioners? Okay, if there are none, I'm going to go over to Planning Director. Planning Director, any announcements?
Thank you, Chair Chuan. Yes, thank you, Commissioner Albano, for reminding me about the upcoming Planning Commissioner Academy, which will be held in San Ramon. It's an annual event hosted by the California League of Cities. I hope that it will be very helpful to you and to the other planning commissioners who will be attending. I believe Commissioner Medina Ashby and Liz, who else is going to attend? Is it just the two of them or others?
And Commissioner Awasti.
Awasti is going as well. Excuse me. Yeah, I thought so, but I didn't want to make any assumptions. So yeah, and so Liz, let's remember next for our next meeting, it will be just the week after the academy is held. Maybe we can have the commissioners give a little, under new business, we can have them just give a little report on what they learned or what their experiences were. So we hope that that's very helpful to each of you. And then my only other announcement is that as Ms. Medina indicated, we will be back in the council chambers next month, starting with our first meeting in April, and we'll provide more details as we get closer to that meeting date, but just so you can prepare, consider that and prepare for that meeting. We look forward to seeing everyone. It will be really great after such a long time. We enjoy meeting with you virtually and seeing your faces in the Zoom boxes, but it is always nice to have these meetings in person, and we look forward to that. So again, more details to follow.
All right. Thank you, Planning Director. I did have one item I wanted to also bring up. So I realized the Form 700s for many of us is coming up. The due date is, I believe, no later than end of this month. So just keep a lookout. You should have got an email from the city clerk. Okay. Next item is a public forum. Those interested are invited to address Planning Commission on any subject not on tonight's agenda orally via Zoom webinar. Speakers may provide their name and city of residence for the recording secretary's record, and comments may be limited to 3 minutes or less. As an item not listed on the agenda, no response is required from city staff or the Planning Commission, and no action can be taken. Planning Commission may instruct the staff to place the item on a future meeting agenda. At this time, Ms. Medina, do we have anyone in the queue for public comment?
At this time, Chair, we do not.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Medina. All right, let's see. Next item on the agenda is, as we amended, new business. So, City Attorney.
Thanks, Chair. So the commission has seen this item before. It's a recurring item. It's just to allow the continuation of virtual meetings of the commission pursuant to AB 361. Since the commission's adoption of a resolution making findings under AB 361 on October 27th, the state of emergency still remains, and I think this will change next month, but for purposes of this meeting and the subsequent meetings in March, we'll need to move to reauthorize virtual meetings of the commission pursuant to AB 361. Thanks.
Okay, so City Attorney, do we need to do any type of motion or anything like that, or go down the line to confirm?
Yeah, we would just be making a motion to reconfirm the findings. Correct.
Okay, can I get a motion to reconfirm the findings?
Motion to reconfirm the findings. Is that good enough or not?
If you don't mind, read the statement that's in the new business.
Sure. Motion to reconfirm the findings and determinations under Resolution 21-023 and Bill 361 for the continuation of virtual meetings.
Second.
I got a motion from Commissioner Ciardella and a second from, who was it that made the second?
Commissioner Albana,
Commissioner Albana. Okay. Roll call vote. Commissioner Glong.
Sorry, aye, Chair.
Okay. Commissioner Medina Ashby.
aye.
Commissioner Watson.
Aye.
Commissioner Albana.
Aye.
Vice Chair Ciardella.
Aye.
Chair Chuan. Motion passes. Okay. Next item on the agenda is the public hearing item. I will hand it over to Planning Director and Mr. Fasadi.
There we go. Thank you, Chair. Just a few an introduction and a few preliminary comments. So this item is, as noted on your agenda, is a time extension for a previously approved project, a multifamily housing project on South Main Street. It's a very large project, and I remember it. It was one of the first development projects that I processed when I first came to work in Milpitas, and it has gone along, and construction has not started yet. But the development company core, the applicant core companies, is working toward that application and getting its building permits. When we have this circumstance, then the zoning ordinance provides that the developer may apply for a time extension. It's more of an administrative item, but under the zoning ordinance, the purview for approving the time extension is under the Planning Commission. So that's why it is before you tonight. Our senior planner, Michael Fasadi, is here to provide the staff report or an overview of the staff report. I just wanted to note that the project was approved previously by the Planning Commission in August of 2018, and then it went to the City Council on October 2018. So as I think Michael has explained well in the staff report and to some of you by phone today, we're not approving a new project. It's just, again, really an administrative item where we are providing a time extension so that the developer has a little more time to prepare their building permits and to begin the project. And again, that's under the zoning ordinance, the section of which is provided in your staff report. I do want to clarify too, and I think Michael will go over this as well in his presentation, but the original application for this project included several entitlements, including a general plan amendment and a specific plan amendment and a zoning amendment. There were various changes that needed to be made to accommodate this project. One of the things that was very interesting at the time is that it's actually the project at the time was on two lots. It involved two separate lots, and one of the lots was not within the boundaries of the transit area specific plan. And so part of the original entitlements brought the entire site into the transit area. And so there were these other larger entitlements that were involved, but those have all been approved. Those are on the books, and the general plan and the zoning amendment were duly amended. So we're not considering that at all tonight either. Again, the time extension applies only to the site development permit and the conditional use permit for the project. And again, our senior planner is here to provide a few more details, and so I'll turn the time over to him.
Thank you.
Thank you, Director Thomas, and good evening, Chair, Vice Chair, and Commissioners. As mentioned, the item before you is a request for a time extension for the Mill at Main. It's a multifamily residential project located at 1380 1400 South Main. The extension of time would be for the site development and conditional use permit entitlements. Next slide, please. So the application is a request for a 2-year or 24-month time extension for the Mill at Main. The Mill at Main is a 7-story multifamily residential housing development that will have up to 220 residential units, a 2-level parking garage with 323 parking spaces, and a little less than an acre of public and private open space, all siting on a 2.14 acre parcel located at 1380 1400 South Main. As Director Thomas specified, the original entitlement was approved by City Council in October 16, 2018. along with the site development permit and conditional use permit. The project also encapsulated a general plan amendment, specific plan amendment, zoning amendment, and lot combination. That's also considered a lot merger. The general plan, specific plan, and zoning amendments were vested in December 2018, and the lot merger was recorded to the Santa Clara County Recorder's Office in November 2020. At the same time, the core companies, which is the applicant, was working with our building, fire, and land development departments to obtain permits to start construction. Then, as many of us know, COVID came and created obstacles for the applicant to secure financing. There was a state assembly bill known as Assembly Bill 1561 that was introduced and approved by the state of California that gave all projects in the state that proposed housing an 18-month automatic extension. So therefore, the expiration date was pushed out till April 16th of this year. But therefore, the applicant needs additional time to secure the financing and complete the project. So they are proposing and requesting an application for a time extension. Next slide, please. Here we have the aerial view of 1380 1400 South Main. It's shown in this yellow outline. It is located east of the Pines neighborhood and west of the District Lot 2 apartment building, also known as Graham. It's located south of the Stepping Stone World Day Care, which is a child care facility, and north of some light industrial uses. Next slide, please. Oh, not that slide. Apologize for the technical difficulty.
Yep.
There we go. If we can go to the next slide, the zoning map.
I'm so sorry about that. My screens are being so silly. Okay.
No problem, Ms. Medina. If we go to number 4.
Got it. Thank you.
There we go.
Sorry.
Great. Let me get my notes page and discuss this is the zoning map of the project site's zoning designation and its overlay district. The project is located in what we refer to as the multifamily very high density residential zoning district that has a transit oriented development, a TOD overlay. We refer to it as R5-TOD. The property is also located in the transit area specific plan, future metro, Milpitas metro plan, and it's surrounded by mixed use to the east and high density residential to the north, south, and west. Next slide, please. And I'm just going to give you a very courtesy overview of the site. This is the site plan to the project, demonstrating the first floor. The first and second floors of the project would have parking spaces, and there's a road, not an official road, but a path for vehicles to go around the site. It's designed specifically for fire trucks and garbage trucks to be able to go around the site. Next slide, please. These are renderings of the proposed building along South Main Street. I'm going to speak on a later slide about public art. We have a public art fee, or the applicant can use the money for the public art fee and propose public art. I believe the core companies is going to do just that. And this rendering shows some opportunities for public art to be placed. Next slide, please. Here is a cut sheet of the rear and front landscaping. They are proposing a robust public plaza and bus shelter, along with some water fountain facilities that would be located north of this. So next slide, please. As this isn't a new approval, this is specifically an entitlement for a time extension of the existing approval. The applicant will be required to comply with all the previous city approvals, permits, and requirements related to the subject property, which are all included in Resolution 8823, which was adopted by the City Council on October 16, 2018, unless those conditions are explicitly superseded or revised by this permit. All fees will need to be paid before issuance of building permit, which includes the TASP and impact fee, which we have an estimation there of $9.6 million. As previously stated, the applicant will not be required to pay the public art affordable housing because the project will be installing public art on site in a dollar amount equivalent to what the public art ordinance would require. And the applicant is providing affordable housing units, 10 units specifically designated for very low income individuals or households as determined by the Santa Clara County. Next slide, please. A notice was published in the Milpitas Post, I believe February 25th, and a sign was placed at the property. We had over 2,000 postcards we sent out to residents and landowners located within 1,000 square feet or 1,000 linear feet of the project site. We received actually 3 comments. I put this up. I gave this to Ms. Medina this morning, and we received 3 comments since then about this project. Young Vu at 35 Cedar Way and Sandy Wynn at 47 Cedar Way are both concerned about the traffic congestion, potential business displacement, and the need for water for the project. We also have Kashmir Core at 16 Lone Tree Court, and they would prefer a store instead of an apartment building. We'd like to read this into the record as people that had comments on this project. And although the city respects the comments from the public, we need to remind the community that the state of California has determined there is a severe need for housing of all types. And by approving the time extension, the city will be getting credit for 220 residential units for our regional housing needs assessment, also known as our RHNA numbers, which is mandated by state housing law and requires all cities and towns in the state to plan for their fair share of housing. Next slide, please. So per Milpitas Municipal Code section Roman numeral 11-10-64.07D, an extension of the approval of a project may be granted if the current findings for the specific type of permit are made by the decision-making authority, which is the Planning Commission. Since the project remains unchanged at this time, we believe the project findings associated with the site development permit and conditional use permit as set out in the Milpitas Municipal Code are still being met. Those findings have been discussed in detail in the staff report and also are addressed in the resolution. Next slide, please. So staff recommends that the Planning Commission open and close the public hearing and adopt Resolution 22-002, approving a time extension number TE 20-0005 for the site development permit and conditional use permit at 1380 1400 South Main Street. If the Planning Commission were to heed our recommendation of approval, the project would remain active until April 15th, 2024, which is 2 years from when this project is set to expire. This concludes staff's summary of the project. I'd be happy to answer any questions. And furthermore, Vince Cantor and Tracy Nakamura with Core Companies are also available to answer any questions. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Fasadi. At this time, does any of the planning commissioners have any questions for Mr. Fasadi? Okay, if there's no questions for Mr. Fasadi, does the applicant, either Ms. Nakamura or Mr. Cantori, do you have any presentations or any comments you'd like to make?
Hello, members of the commission. This is Vince Cantori, Vice President of Development with the Core Companies. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Great.
And welcome.
Thank you. I don't have any particular comments or any presentation prepared. I'm here to respond to any questions that the commissioners might have, and would just like to thank staff for working with us on the entitlement extension request. Thank you.
Thank you. Does anybody have any questions for either Mr. Fasadi or the applicant? Okay, no questions. Yeah, I'll start with the question. Just wondering. So in terms of the extension is for an additional 24 months. So just wanted to maybe get an understanding of so it sounded like there was some because of COVID there were some funding challenges because of the because of all that. And so since then, have all that been resolved now?
So this is Vince Cantori. Chair Chuan, what I would say is that given the ongoing pandemic, what we're experiencing is just unfortunately a continued decline in rent levels, while we've also experienced kind of on the flip side, increasing cost escalation for our construction hard costs. And so that's just a very challenging dynamic to underwrite any multifamily project. And so, there are bright spots. I think, obviously conditions with the pandemic are improving and will continue to improve over time. And so hopefully that kind of balance between rents and costs, works in the project's favor and we're able to move forward with the project.
Okay, thank you. Planning Commission, any questions or comments? Okay, if there's no questions or comments, I see that we also have, I'm not sure if I'm going to say the name correctly, Ms. Sharon, is it Goey? The Building and Safety and Housing. Just wondering if you had any comments.
Oh, thank you, Chair. No comments, just here in case there are any questions. And it is, Sharon Goey. Thank you.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions for Ms. Goey? Okay. If there are no questions, I think we can open, this being a public hearing item, we can open up the public forum. Ms. Medina, do we have any members from the public wanting to make having any questions or I'm sorry, making any comments regarding this project?
Chair, we do not have any community members in the queue for public comment.
Okay, thank you. If we don't have any members from the public, can I get a motion to close the public hearing? Or I'm sorry, close the public forum?
Motion to close the public forum.
All right. I got a motion from Commissioner Ciardella. Do you have a second?
I second.
Okay, and I got a second from Commissioner Glom. Okay, roll call vote. Let's see here. Roll call vote. Commissioner Galong.
Aye.
Commissioner Medina Ashby.
Aye.
Commissioner Wasti.
Aye.
Commissioner Albana.
Aye.
Vice Chair Ciardella.
Aye.
Chair Chuan is aye. Motion passes. Public forum is now closed. Okay. Okay, so just one last pass here. So now that the public hearing is closed, do I have any further comments from any of the commissioners or any other deliberations?
Chair, I would like to thank the staff for reviewing this. And also, since consideration for, of course, the last pandemic thing, and this is a beautiful project, but it entails a lot of, it's really a big one. And of course, the extension for the entitlement and securing the funding will need really some time like this. I feel that it's just more like an admin, a way of just, to me, I would like to go ahead and maybe move to have this approved.
Okay. Prior to that, I just want to see if any of the commissioners have any other comments or anything else they want to say. Okay. It doesn't look like anyone has any. Just one comment from me is just, I share your sentiment as well too. So having said that, it sounds like Commissioner Albana, you wanted to make a motion. I'll go ahead and let you make the motion. You're on mute, by the way.
Thank you. I'd like to make a motion to approve and adopt resolution number 22-002, approving the time extension number TE 20-0005, subject to the conditions for approval.
Okay, I got a motion from Commissioner Albana. Do I have a second?
Second.
I got a second from Commissioner Galong. So roll call vote. Commissioner Galong.
Aye.
Commissioner Medina-Ashby.
Aye.
Commissioner Awaski.
Aye.
Commissioner Albana.
Aye.
Vice Chair Ciardella.
Aye.
And Chair Chuan is aye. Vote is 6 yeses and 1 abstention due to absence. Motion passes. So to the applicant, congratulations. The extension has been granted.
Thank you very much.
Okay. I'm going to read the legalese. Any person aggrieved by any final decision of any board, commission, or department head to the city of Milpitas may appeal the decision to the city council by filing written notice of the appeal with the city clerk within 12 calendar days of the date of said decision and paying the required fee. This time limit shall be strictly enforced. Next item on the agenda is adjournment. Can I get a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
Okay, motion from Commissioner
Vice
Chair Ciardella, and the second is from, was that Medina-Ashby?
Medina-Ashby.
Okay, and a second from Commissioner Medina-Ashby. I'm not going to go down and do roll call vote. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
No one's opposed, I take it. So, all right, so meeting ending at the time now is 7:37. Wish you all well and see you on the 23rd again virtually.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Night, everyone. Bye-bye.